guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the third in my Plan With Me series, where I'm going to show you how I use the rest of my notebooks to do my planning for my side hustle. So I've got YouTube notebooks, social media notebooks, my writing journal, and then I also have a couple of other notebooks that I use just for life in general. So I'm going to show you all of those, and hopefully something sparks something for you that might be useful to you so that you can go forth and use it in your goal setting and your dream chasing and everything. So I will go ahead and link in the cards above the other Plan With Me videos that I've done. The first one was with my real planner, which is my Erin Condren planner, and it is showing my monthly process to do my monthly layout. And the second video is to do in the same planner my weekly layouts, so that you guys know how I kind of plan for my month coming up. And so today's video is just going to be an extension of that, a little bit quicker, and show you what I do in my other notebooks, possibly not on a monthly basis. Sometimes it just depends on the task, but I just figured I would show you guys what else I do. So let's go ahead and get to it. I'm going to show you my desktop one more time so that you guys can see my notebooks, so I can show you guys what I do. Okay, so as you can see, I've got about 6 notebooks here that I use on a regular basis, and I'm going to start with the writing related ones, and then I'll go on to the more lifestyle ones. So the first one that I have is actually my writer's bullet journal, and I created this to do some word trackers, to do some ideas and brainstorming about my actual story. I've got a table of contents. For those of you who know about bullet journaling, you'll recognize some of the things I do in here. For those of you who don't know about bullet journaling, I'll link in the description box below a link to the official bullet journal website, so you can go check it out and see for yourself, because it's pretty cool. I like it. So I start with a fun quote. "We have to continually be jumping off cliffs and developing our wings on the way down." And I like that quote because it really talks to how I jumped into this process before I truly felt like I was ready. And you know, I wrote the first draft of my book in November, December of 2016, and I didn't feel like I was ready to truly jump back into it, whether it's to start editing it or start telling people about it. And I kept waiting and waiting until I was going to feel like it, and it just never came. So finally I said, you know what? It's never going to feel like I'm ready, so I'm just going to do it anyway. And so that's what that represents to me. So I have my 2017 goals in here. I never did an official 2018 goals. I just do my bi-monthly goals now, but at the beginning of 2017 I had my 2017 goals. And then I have my in 2017 I tried 3 months. And of course, as you guys know, if you've been watching my bi-monthly goals videos, you know that 3 months was not working for me. I've got a brain dump of ideas, and this is ideas about anything to do with anything. So it could be story ideas that I have for another book, and I just don't want to lose it, and so I just brain dump it there so that I can refer back to it later. And then I have a word tracker, which I haven't been using. So it's a cool idea, I just didn't use it, so I will probably do something like this again if I feel the need for it, but I just didn't really feel the need for it. So I've got some blog posts in here, but you'll see in another notebook that I've transferred all this information over because I wanted to separate my writing bullet journal from my website / blog. So I've got more goals. I've got my first draft brainstorming information. I have titles that I was playing with, and then November, December was when I started my bi-monthly goals so that I could actually complete some goals. So that was useful. I've got my timeline for my story started. It's the timeline to keep me on track with what I'm doing. Obviously, I had some goofs, some things I did not complete. I was trying to do an editing tracker to see if that would help me with staying on top of editing. Obviously it didn't stick for very long. I've got my next brainstorming page where I was brainstorming the ending of my book. I've got my goals. and I've been doing goals a lot and not writing as much in this notebook currently because during the editing process I just haven't felt a need to. But I have definitely referred back to my brainstorming pages quite a bit, so I'm really glad I have this notebook, and I take it with me anytime I know I'm having a writing session, so that if I need to brainstorm more I can, or if I need to refer back to anything that I wrote previously, or if I need to create any more trackers of any sort. So that's what I use this for, and I carry it with me every time I write. Next I have my YouTube notebook, which I've been using a lot of. So this notebook I created in order to keep track of my YouTube content. So I have some website content ideas on here, but I'm actually going to be transferring those over to my website/blog notebook. And I've got some brainstorming on my brand. I've got my YouTube video ideas running page. I've got some scribbles of some logos that I was playing with. I've got some brainstorming on my vision for my channel. This is where I script my videos, and I also take notes on videos or tutorials that I find on how to do things for YouTube. More scripting for my videos. So this is how I plan my videos, and I'm not going to zoom in because I'm not trying to like spoil the surprise or anything, but as you can see for May I had my plan with me video number 1, and I had film, edit, or upload as checkboxes, and then my Monday video plan with me number 2, film, edit, upload, and I check them off as I go through each stage. This is the thing that I got the idea from Kristen on her video, and it really helps me keep track of where I am in the stages, because some of these other videos I have them filmed or have them partially edited and whatnot, and so I can keep track of where I am for each of them. And so I try to plan out at least 2 months in advance, but it really helps me keep track of what I'm going to be doing, and it takes the pressure off of coming up with video ideas if I take a day and just plan ahead of time. So that's my YouTube notebook. And then I have this is actually a newer addition. Both of these are newer additions to my notebook. I've had these notebooks for a while and I figured I would just make use of them. So this is my social media planner, and what I'm planning on doing with this is coming up brainstorming social media post ideas to keep things fresh and interesting. I've got my weekly schedule, so this says on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, etc. what types of postings I'm going to be doing, and that is part of my branding scheme. And then I've got items to research about social media, so things like SEO, analytics, promotion of posts, Facebook pages, tools for creating posts. So these are all things that I need to educate myself on to be able to be better at social media. And it's don't let anything fool you guys. Social media is like a full-time job for some people, and I understand why, because there's a lot going on with it. So that's what this notebook is going to be for. I am going to show you right now my second planning item that I use for social media, which is not a notebook, but I'm just going to show you really quickly so that you know how else I do social media planning. Alright guys, so the other method that I use for planning my social media is using a website called Hootsuite. When I go to Hootsuite, I can schedule my social media posts ahead of time, which is amazing for a planner like myself. And so what I'll do is, for the pre-planned social media posts that I'm going to put out, such as for my YouTube video, I go ahead and go in here and I create a new post, and I can do another version of a tutorial for this if you guys want, but I just select, you know, which social media platforms that I want it to go to, and then I can type my text, and then I have to add a picture because one of the platforms I go to is Instagram, and then it'll show me what my post will look like, and then I can schedule it on a scheduled date, and it gives me, you know, a date and a time I can select So I don't currently have any posts scheduled, mainly because tomorrow is my social media planning day. So if learning how to use a website like this is something that you guys are interested in, let me know, because that is something that I would be happy to do a video tutorial for you. The last notebook that I have is my website / blog planner, which also is one that I just recently started using, and I want to take the website content ideas list that I have in the other notebook and transfer it over to here. But I have my goal setting stuff on here because that's the freebie that I offer on my website for my newsletter. And then I had kind of the template that I was creating to be able to create that worksheet. And I have blog topic ideas, a brainstorming list of blog topic ideas. So that's a new notebook that I just started using. And then you have the trusty bullet journal. So I started bullet journaling in 2016, I believe, and this has evolved quite a bit. You know, I was really into it to begin with, and I did lots of lists, and I did, you know, weekly layouts, and I even did some almost like scrapbooking in it for a little while of a trip that I did. I do journal entries. I have all kinds of stuff in here. But once I started using my Erin Condren planner, I obviously did not feel the need to really plan out quite as much in here as I used to. So I still use this to list like my some of my favorite lists are my books and movies list. So those are books and movies that I want to read. And then I still like journaling in here sometimes, and you know, so I still use this for some things like that. I use it a lot for meal planning, and so that's why I wanted to show you guys this page. So I took like a small stack of post-it notes and put it on here, and this is the days of the week, and I write just breakfast, lunch, and dinner on each of these so that I know what I'm gonna do each day, and then when I move on to the next week, I can just, you know, take it off and go to the next one. And then I'm actually incorporating a little bit of ideas for YouTube videos into here, so I'm kind of making lists of things so that maybe later I could make a YouTube video out of it. And then I use it for vacation planning. I use it for vacation planning a lot. To-do lists, I use it for to-do lists. I took notes in here from my hormone healing program that I'm in, so I was taking notes on the things I was learning. So I use my bullet journal still quite often, but I just don't do it on a daily like I used to because I have the Erin Condren planner now. But it's fun. If you don't have any kind of planner and you like the idea of like the creative side of things, I highly suggest you look up bullet journaling if you haven't heard of it already, because it's like a creative outlet and planning all at the same time. It's really fun. So the last journal I was going to show you is actually my gratitude journal. So I go through spurts where I don't do this as religiously as I would like to, but when I'm on it, I try to wake up each morning and I will write 3 things that I'm grateful for. I'll write 3 things I'm grateful for, and then I'll pick 3 affirmations that I want to remember for that day. So I try to do that. I try to do that daily. If I am in that mindset, it really helps me for the rest of the day, trying to focus and stay positive and everything. So that's another one that I use. Okay, so those are my notebooks that I use. As you can see, some of them I use more than others, but I don't ever get hard on myself about that, because you know, you don't know what works for you until you try it. And so I'm never afraid of trying new things to see if a new planning process or a new organizational tip is going to work for me. So hopefully that something in there was useful to you, just like when I watched videos like this, I found something that was useful to me. And hopefully you take this as there's always a way to stay organized, there's always a way to plan things out, so nothing that you want to accomplish feels that insurmountable. Everything is doable. Everything is possible if you just put some time and effort into planning it out and really figuring out what your action steps are and what you want to accomplish. So on that note, I hope everybody enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed the Plan With Me series. If you enjoy the content that I've been creating, please consider subscribing to my channel and also consider giving this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it, and it helps support my channel. If you like my videos, I would love to hear about them as well, so consider leaving a comment in the comment section down below, and I am always ready and eagerly waiting to engage in any kind of conversation anybody wants to have about what I've discussed on my videos, or if you have questions about anything, really. So I hope everybody has a great day. I'm actually getting ready to go to the lake, which I'm very excited about. It's finally summer. I will talk about summer a little bit in my newsletter, which is coming out in a day or so, and I don't know, there's just something about the sun and being able to go to the lake or go camping or go do barbecues or whatnot that just like, it just makes me very happy. So it's an important note, right? You can plan all you want to do your side hustle, but if you don't take time to have a little bit of fun in there, what's the point? So I hope everybody has a great Saturday. Today's Saturday for me, by the way. And I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Talk to you guys later. Love you, my tribe. Mwah. Bye.